Who's been your inspiration? As a kid growing up, who were the cricketers that you used to look up to and they inspired you?
I genuinely, I don't think as such. Because I had a completely different game. I focused so much on my cricket that I don't think I had as such. But
Uh-huh.
always I had favorite cricketers. I always loved Jack Callis. Always loved, as a cricket point of view, I loved lots of cricketers. Baji to Sachin sir to, I mean, there are so many greats that you can't pick. And I genuinely didn't have. My favorite cricketer was actually Wasim Jafar, which I've told him as well. So I
Uh-huh.
used to love watching him bat, and somehow I always picked him ahead of lots of legends as well. So yeah, for me, someone who I actually inspire, if I have to ask, it was Wasim Jafar, who I loved to watch. And somehow I used to copy his batting, which I was never able to get his class.
And if I ask you about Kapil Dev, sir, so
Yes.
so what's your story, or what's that comes to your mind? The first thing that comes to your mind when somebody talks to you about Kapil Dev, because there is a lot of comparison happening.
Yeah, which I have very respectfully I have denied that, because I don't think I'm close to him. What he did and in what era he did, I have always mentioned that even if I do 5% of what he has done, I think I'm still not achieved that 5%. So for me, what he was and what people compare, it's people. I mean, it's pundits' job to compare and all. For me, I'm just a Hardik Pandya who's trying to get better, and I can't come close to Kapil Dev at the end of the day. He's been the greatest cricketer all time for me, of all time. The kind of things, the kind of impact which he had in the game, from bowling, from batting, from fielding. So yeah, the comparison ends from my side. It's still up to people. Respectfully, I will deny that I'm not close to him.
Okay. And with the playing with your brother Krunal in the team,
Yes.
how does that help you, or is it something that motivates you more? What is the impact it has, playing with your brother in the team?
It's your brother is there with you. I mean, what else you need? I have a company which is there throughout. Even if I'm traveling, at least everyone is come. Obviously, we are there as a teammate for them, but I have my
Yeah.
brother with me. So
Yes.
yeah, it changes a lot. And Krunal and I are what do you call each other's backbone as well. From
Yes.
cricket field to, we talk a lot of cricket. We talk a lot of life, and yeah, I mean, if you have to ask us 6 years down the line and say that you both brothers will play for India together, I will take it any day.
And when you were growing up together, was there some sort of rivalry, sibling rivalry? Do you remember
No, I don't
anything that
think so,
happened?
because Krunal. No, I don't think so, because Krunal and I were complete different cricketers. He was a left-handed batsman who can bowl left-arm spin. I used to bowl leg spin, and I used to bat right-handed. And he used to bat at, I think, 4-5. I used to bat at number 3. So we never had a rivalry, because we were different kind of cricketers. But we were there for each other to make sure that we improve in all the departments which we want to get improved. So yeah, as such, there was no rivalry.
Never.
It
Okay,
will
so
never be there. It's
they will never be
it's
there.
just outside. Yeah, it's outside. I don't
No,
think
no,
it
but
will be ever.
as kids, the question was as kids growing up. Not
Nah,
I
it was
understand.
nah. He was a different age. No, how can a
Yeah,
rivalry come? I used to play under 16. He used to play under 19. So there is no rivalry.
19 rivalry. Okay, so in the last few years, what has happened is, you've obviously worked a lot on your equipment also. So we've seen
Yes.
you spend time, you make the extra effort talking about your bats. Like we've had conversations, then
Yes.
you talk to
Yes.
the bat maker in the factory, and now what has happened is the Hardik Pandya bat. It's become a kind of a brand in itself. All the international players. There are so many requests coming. So, how did you acquire so much understanding that you were able to create something which is now every player's, dream to have a bat?
I'll be very honest. The credit should be going to you guys. You give the bats which everyone desires to have, and obviously I have some specification which you guys have always fulfilled, and you guys have been very supportive, genuine, giving me the right bats where I am able to express myself in the best ability I can do. So, and yes, I've heard a couple of people coming and looking at my bat, and then people have come from international teams as well. People
Yeah.
have asked you that can we get the same bat which you sent Hardik. So, I mean, it genuinely it goes to you guys, the way you guys look after me. I always I always think that I'm the number one SG guy. So, and I always flaunt that as well outside. So, yeah, at the end of
No,
the day,
we've
the credit goes to
yeah, we've we obviously take pride in servicing you, and the it's brought a lot of goodwill for the brand as well. Because when at that level, the benchmark is at that international level, and we worked closely with you, followed your specifications, what you wanted, and that has worked for you, and because it's worked for you, that's why everybody's asking for
I
it.
think we all have grown together because I still
Yes.
remember when I signed in 2016 what SG was and what 2000 right now in present day
Yeah.
what SG is. So the whole brand and even as a cricketer I have changed, but I'm very grateful and very genuinely honest that you guys have also grown so much that it has become a name where worldwide name where people wants to use SG, people wants to use SG gears. Our product has gone better. So yeah. I mean, yeah, you guys have been, yeah, we have grown together. That's the right word I think.
Thank you very much for that. So, as a kid, when you were obviously in the younger days, were you as particular about your equipment like you are now, or at that time it was, obviously now you have access to it. You can every series you can have what you like, a lighter bat or a heavy bat. But as a kid, when you were growing up, was equipment getting the right equipment issue, or you were able to manage from the
I,
equipment
I,
point of
I,
view?
I mean, this all this comes when you play at this level. When I
Mm-hmm.
was child, I only had one pair of gloves. Um, I used to use SG Pro Soft,
Mm-hmm.
which I used to have SG inners because
Uh-huh.
I only had one pair for one season, and that too in Baroda Maha Gujarat Sport is there, which
Yeah,
obviously you
yeah.
must be knowing. So he
Yes,
used to
yes.
provide me with the Pro Soft gloves,
Mm-hmm.
and I used ProSoft for almost I think 3 years. My one gloves used to last almost two at least. I used to use 2 years because I used to wear inners. So just to make sure the lifelong, I mean longevity goes up. So
Mm-hmm.
and bat wise, I didn't have much bat options. So it has
Mm-hmm.
all come post. I played international cricket where
Mm-hmm.
equipments have mattered. Obviously, that time it mattered, but it was more of a what do you call more of a someone who gives, or I have some certain budget which I can take, and I used to make sure that I used to play with that bat as much as it does not used to get. If I used to only stop when it used to finally open, it used to be in two parts. Then I used to stop. Otherwise, I've used threads.
Yeah.
But yes, SG. My gloves used to be SG Pro Soft. It used to come for 750 rupees. And yes, Maha Gujarat was very kind that so many times he allowed me to take on credit as well,
Oh, wow.
which I'm very grateful and very, I mean, I'm thankful for that.
Okay. So, Hardik, as a sports person, as a professional athlete, you have obviously seen success. There are times when you win important tournaments, important matches, but then
Yes,
there are times when you have like the World Cup. The expectation was there. The whole
yes,
country was behind you. So when it's a pressure situation, it's like we're going to have World Cups now. We're going to have the T20 World Cup, and then 2023 we have the World Cup in India ODIs. So how do you manage that pressure? The pressure of expectation, the pressure of at times failures. Like you can't win everything. You can't. So how do you keep yourself mentally positive in these situations?
See, I like to keep things very simple. I always believe that I'll be more upset if see success is obviously everyone wants to get success, but for me
Mhm.
what matters is that I don't look for success. I look for making sure that is my preparation right? Am I doing the right things which I need to do? So if I don't do my certain, if I don't take all my boxes of preparation or mental
Mm-hmm.
space, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't create expectation now. I think I've passed that a phase and age of my career very early, that I don't keep expectation from my side. But
Mm-hmm.
I will be very disappointed if I don't do my processes right. So
Right.
obviously we have not been what do you call? We have not got trophies and all, but you know you don't get what you always desire as well. You might have to work a little more hard to get. So I always believe in
Mm-hmm.
that. I always believe that there is always a plan. There is always something greater ahead coming. And yeah, hopefully at the end of the day, it's a sport. I always treat it as a
Mm-hmm.
sport. I've
Uh-huh.
always enjoyed it. I've had ups and downs. But it has never impacted me as much personally. I get disappointed. That is obviously because of the hard work we do. You get disappointment. But then for me, I use that disappointment into my own benefit, and I make sure that I get more motivated with that disappointment. So yeah, I keep it very simple. I don't complicate things, because it's more, cricket is more about brain than the skills now. So if you have the
Yeah.
skills, good. If you have the brains, it's better. So I try to always work on my mind per se, and make
Mm-hmm.
sure that mental space, I'm in good mental space. That's what matters for me. And expectations is um, outside world's job. For me, when I play, I focus on the things. I focus what is needed for that time,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just make sure that I tick all the boxes of preparation, and the result will look after itself. If I would like to have success, but if I don't work hard for it, I will not get it. But if I work hard for it, then it will look after itself.
So, you enjoy what you're doing. You're a cricketer, and we can see that, that enjoyment you get playing on the field, playing for your country. How much consumed are you by cricket, when you're off the field? Are you still, when the day is over, when you come back, you're sitting with your family, do you still worry about what has happened? Do you still think about cricket? Do you think about cricket the next day? Or you switch off, and that's the day, that's the amount of cricket that is there in the day, and then you move on, and you switch off, and maybe have a hobby that you do, or there is something you like to watch a movie, or
With me, obviously, cricket is a very big part in my life. But one of the things which I focus is that at the end of the day, I leave Hardik Pandya outside my house. When I enter the house, I'm just a family member who might be. I mean, I might be the same as my mama or my anyone in my cousin brothers or something. So I leave Hardik Pandya, the cricketer, outside the house. And
uh-huh.
there are days where we talk, because
Yeah.
in my house I have a brother who plays for India as well. So
Yes.
we have conversation, but it has never been the main part of the conversation. It has always been that, okay, we're gonna do this. You are doing this right. We can do this.
Mhm.
Once that is done, it's over. Then it's more family. I don't have hobbies as such. I love to spend time with my family, and I'm someone who likes to stay home.
Mhm.
I don't go out much. I don't leave my home at the end of the day. So and yeah, I leave cricket outside. I'm someone who analyze my sport a lot. I go deep in it.
Mhm.
But once
Mhm.
I'm done with that, then I don't enforce that much, and I focus on the things which are more important, which is my family,
Yeah.
looking after my family, having that family time. That my hobby would be that only. I'm happy if I have my family around and I can be in my house for 1 month. I'll be okay with it.
And now in these times when you have to get into bio bubbles before a tournament, so obviously at times you'll have to stay away from your family longer because of this. So how do you manage with that? Is it something that bothers you, or it is again something that you know is something you've learned to live with?
Um, we learn to live, and it's my profession demands it right now, so I have to do it. As simple as that. I don't go deep. If my profession demands it, my sport demands it, and the sport has given me everything what I have in life. So yeah, staying in a room for 14 days or staying in a bubble should not bother anyone. I'm quite mentally strong in that point of time, where I don't think I'll have bubble fatigue, which uh, which is fine with lots of individual. I'm fine with it. But for me, what matters is that I'm here to do my job. I'm here to do my work. And when it comes to work, I don't let my mind waver anywhere, and I don't let it go anywhere. I focus on the things which are in my control. I don't think bubble or anything else else is in my control. I've always been a cricketer who has always, even if umpire gives me a wrong decision, it's not in my control. So I don't think bubble life is in my control, but I've accepted the fact to live, and I've accepted the fact that I've come here for my work, and which I should be okay, and I'm okay.
Brilliant. Okay, so if you have to define Hardik Pandya, how would you do that?
Yeah, see, for me, if I have to define myself, Hardik Pandya is someone who's honest, um, who what's there on his face is there in his heart, and yeah, honesty has got me here, and I always believe that you should be honest. So Hardik Pandya, I will be honest in no matter what situation comes.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Hardik. It was
Thank you,
lovely
Paras.
talking to you.
Thank you for
It was
having
lovely
me.
talking to you, and all the best for the series ahead. Our good wishes
Thank
are
you.
with you. May the runs keep coming and the wickets you take more and more wickets. All the best for the
I
series.
will. I will.